The Queen and other world leaders are paying tribute to Archbishop Desmond Tutu. The anti-apartheid leader who inspired millions to challenge a racist government died Sunday. He was 90 years old. In a statement, the Queen said Tutu tirelessly championed human rights in South Africa and across the world. Former President Barack Obama hailed him as a moral compass. And President Biden and the First Lady spoke of the Archbishop's courage and warmth. Debora Patta looks back at Tutu's extraordinary life.
The tiny clergyman with a twinkle in his eye, a massive laugh and a dance in his step. Born in the township of Klerksdorp, South Africa, Desmond Tutu went on to become a Nobel Peace Prize winner, a global campaigner for human rights and a man who always spoke truth to power, whether it was a white racist regime or a corrupt African dictatorship. As South Africa's first black archbishop, he unhesitatingly used his office to bravely challenge the brutal racism of the country's apartheid rulers.
The primary violence, and white people don't want to hear this, the primary terrorism in this country comes from the government.
But equally, he could turn that righteous fury onto his own supporters. In 1985, Tutu fearlessly broke up an angry South African mob and prevented them from burning a man to death on suspicion of being an apartheid spy. When the dark days of racial hatred finally ended, and Tutu's longtime friend and former South African President Nelson Mandela was released from 27 years behind bars, the irrepressible Arch, as he is affectionately known, could not hold back his joy.
Hey! Freedom is coming! Freedom is coming!
And it was Mandela who appointed his friend Tutu to lead South Africa's Truth and Reconciliation Commission,
Order, please.
a body tasked with uncovering the truth about the apartheid government's brutality. At times, it moved Tutu to tears. The business of dismantling apartheid was not all doom and gloom. Tutu had a self-deprecating sense of humor.
One lady said to me, "Hey, Bishop, if they do this when you come here, can you imagine what is going to happen when Nelson comes?"
Quick to crack a joke or break out into song and dance. The world is a little darker without him. He leaves behind a foundation committed to human rights. But his real legacy is the wonderful tale of how a diminutive pastor with a big laugh became a global conscience for the world. For CBS Mornings, Debora Patta, Johannesburg.
You know, he really seemed to use his oppression to empathize with others. He was a huge advocate in the LGBTQ community as well. But my favorite book, The Book of Joy, is a book about Desmond Tutu and the Dalai Lama. And one thing he says in there is he says we should ask, how are we? Because we should collectively all appreciate one another and each other's achievements.
That's right. I know at one point in his life he recognized that he had a powerful voice, and then he decided to use that voice as a proponent for nonviolence. You know, he once said, overwhelmed by the extent of evil. He said it was necessary to open the wound in order to cleanse it. That's deep.
Incredible man. Between him and Nelson Mandela, they did so much for South Africa.
And that laugh.
Yeah.
Charming.
Light up a room.
Very memorable.